Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
Now, here's your host, Ed Cohen.
This is Ed. I'm in San Diego, California. It's about 6 p.m. here on April 26th, and our special guest today is Emiko Shimabukuro, and she's in Kobe, Japan, and it's going to be 10 a.m. when she gets on the line, and we're going to have a conversation about the company of which she's CEO, All Japan Relocation. And it's a well-known company, part of a larger group, real estate and other services, which we're going to talk about. So Emiko and I have had several conversations. She was our guest on the Asia Pacific celebration and recognition of International Women's Day in early March. And here we are about 6 or 7 weeks later. And this is the first time that we have a one-on-one interview program with a client and a member of our global press club who's from Japan. So we look forward to welcoming Emiko in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Thank you. This is Ed in San Diego, and you're on Global TV Talk Show. And our special guest today here in San Diego, it's almost 6 p.m. on April 26th. And in Kobe, Japan, it's 10 a.m. April 27. Our very special guest is Emiko Shimabukuro, and she's CEO of All Japan Relocation. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a minute. This is Ed in San Diego, California. It's April 26th at 6 p.m. here, and our very special guest is in Kobe, Japan, and it's 10 a.m. on April 27. And let's welcome Emiko Shimabukuro, who's CEO of All Japan Relocation. Hi, Emiko. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited to be here today. Thank you.
Well, I was thinking about how we met, and then you came on our earlier talk show on March 8th in celebration of the International Women's Day or Women's Month, or just International Women, every day. And so that show was very successful, and thank you for being a big part of that.
Oh, you're welcome. I learned lots of things from that show. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. So, Emiko, you are CEO, and is this a family-run company originally?
No, I'm started with just employed, and I'm a company woman.
Person. Yeah. Okay. And so you have been involved in real estate, and then you moved over into relocation. So tell us about your company.
Okay, let me tell about my company, All Japan Relocation. We are the destination service provider in Japan. We started our business in 2006. We have offices in Kobe and Tokyo. So we covered, technically we covered whole of Japan. We provide one-stop solution for relocation service.
Okay, and so you have several different units, operating companies, covering the spectrum of services required.
Yes, that's right. We have companies and departments specializing in home searches, furniture leasing, tenancy management, visa immigration service assistant, school searches, and settling service and more. So we are very flexible. So we can also offer the customization. And also we have large listing of service apartment, and the capability of sub-leasing have been much appreciated.
Yeah. So we're going to get into some history here and talk about COVID and the impact on you and the company and everybody who's impacted. Everybody has a story, including me. So what you have discovered through listening and customer experiences, and you found that there is a way to make changes because of your direct feedback that you were getting from wives, from women in particular. And then you saw that there was a need to fulfill as a customer service relationship building mechanism. So it's almost like a no-brainer that, okay, you have to take care of things if you want to satisfy the wives and women. And you mentioned to me at one time that there historically and traditionally that a lot of decisions about the buildings and how kitchens are made or they're not geared for Americans or international people. And you would have a much bigger business if you could get them to see what's going on in the reality and apply their technology, their services, and their capabilities to help you do your job better.
That's
So
right.
you joined All Japan Relocation about 5 years ago. And then I read that about 2 years ago, you became CEO. Well, congratulations. And
thank you very much.
That is quite an accomplishment. So 2 years ago was the start of COVID.
That's correct. That's right. So my promotion and the challenge came at the same time. So I was that's what happening to me. It's promotion and the challenge. But the people have to survive that, right? So we strive as much as we could. So we try to work harder and create new services and expand our network and got better. So even this pandemic situation, we won the highest prizes industry. And I think this pandemic made us stronger than ever. Yeah. So I'm so excited it's coming because finally Japan has a very tough, border restriction until March. But now this month, it's suddenly we have so many clients and asking and people are coming. So our consulting every day, they are so busy, out of office. So nobody actually in the office now because it's so busy. It's good. It's just finally, it's back to normal. I don't say that back to normal. It's more than before. So it's good time.
I'm really happy to hear that. I wish you well. Yeah.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by Porch Light Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
And by airs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at airs.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions, as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
Stop dreaming and start living overseas. International lifestyle consultant Emily Braun can help you seamlessly transition to your new life in your dream destination. Whether you are a retiree, a digital nomad, or a mobile executive, Emily Braun can make your transition overseas a success. Visit emilybraun.com.
Coutalis is a global group with a worldwide footprint. With 16 agencies in 10 countries, Coutalis offers companies and mobile professionals a unique combination of HR services and options. Find us at coutalis.com.
Take your communication skills to the next level. Barbara Bolt of Bolt Global has a passion to make you shine. As our globe expands, effective intercultural communication and presentation is a must. Visit boltglobal.com.
You're good at managing people, taking care of people's needs. I know this is a Japanese tradition, the motto. I'm not going to say it right, but Omo Tanashi.
Yeah, well, omotenashi, that's our top motto because the golden rule was treat others the way you want to be treated.
Right.
But now our clients come from all over the world. So today we live in the globalized world. So we have to understand how they want to be treated, not the way you want to be treated. I think we're good with that.
Right. And that is really good. So say that word again, how it should be pronounced.
Okay. Omotenashi.
Yeah. Omotenashi.
That's perfect pronunciation.
And so that means, well, listen, so the concept here is that you are always trying to be wholesome and helpful all the time, knowing that people are under stress. When they come to see you and your team, they're under stress. They don't know what they're doing. And, everything is so different. And so you almost like are hospitality, of course, but it's almost like being a medical nurse, a healthcare provider.
Oh, that's a good word. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're taking care of, if people aren't comfortable, they get nervous and they get upset.
Yeah, I agree with, totally understand their feelings. Yes, and we are the window for them to deliver to the Japan. So we really wanted to understand how they want to be treated. Yes.
Yeah. So what kind of special training have you, as the CEO, what kind of special training for your team have you put into practice to achieve this special kind of welcome?
Well, it's always come to the omotenashi again. So we have our team I have a great team. They are very experienced, expertise, and very friendly, and also multilingual. So we have people from Canada, India, Taiwan, Korea, of course, Japan. I'm Japanese. And we still need Americans. Anyway, so we are like international. So we train a teamwork, and we really understand they should put their the shoe for so they have to. That's my train. How do you say? Always have to think about what the other think. That's the first priority. So it's always connected with omotenashi.
So tell us about how you started your career, the early days, and take us through a transition.
Okay. Well, I started my career as a real estate agent in Japan, particularly focusing high-end residential market. So I was specialized in searching house for the expats and management of their properties and support during a stay. That's a key point because I have so many questions and the communication with her at that time. So then I also played part in designing and designing and planning a house for expats. So then, of course, I have so many communication with our clients. I received so many questions. Oh, Emiko, why my kitchen is so, not an open kitchen, or why my kitchen is so small, why I'm so isolated, because while I'm cooking, I can't see my children, because that time was kind of almost like a big kitchen, but kind of closed type kitchen was trend in Japan that were formal. Then other question is, I want to have a large walk-in closet. why doesn't this house have a large shower booth? So those kind of things, I have many questions. Then I thought I should feedback to the architect. Then, however, around that time, the architect, most of the architecture was designed by men around that time, and especially elderly men.
Older men, yeah.
Yes, it's so hard for young women to compete, with Japanese elderly architecture around that time, especially around that time. I was so young and junior and a woman. So it was really hard for young women to convince elderly Japanese architecture men. They don't want to listen for the young.
Right.
Yeah, I could feel it. That comes, that's the last month. I should remember, I should talk about that, but I totally forgot about that. But I feel always, feel that kind of things, young and women, it's hard to convince with the men. So I thought, but I should deliver to the architecture. So I talked to I remember over 100 experts' wives about the house. Then I told architecture, this is not me saying these things, this comment coming from our client. Then they started to listen. I feel so great, that time. I just feel so great. Oh, finally I could deliver my voice. Then we notice, clients' needs is not only the property, but also other things. So then our real estate company expanded into the relocation market. Then it's All Japan Relocation here. All Japan Relocation is spin off from the real estate company.
Yeah, and because of the growth of international companies and before COVID, the growth of the number of expats,
Yes.
they are really interested in real estate and having a nice place, and so you were in a perfect position to satisfy that.
Yeah. Yes, I can say yes.
Yeah, cool. So did you have other women on your team who got it right away? They understood totally what you were doing?
Well, actually, around that time, I look back, I didn't see any women in the group or the project, even including my boss or the architecture company, the staff, and even the construction. So I had to go with a helmet and check the things. And as I look back, I can't remember. I think I'm the only one woman around that time. I think nowadays it's going to be changed, but decade or 2 decades ago is a totally different world from now.
Yeah, it's moving in the right direction, that's for sure. Okay, so you have had a tough time. Everyone has, because of COVID. A lot of challenges, and I know I have had also, because our live training business, producing conferences, live conferences, with corporate human resource leaders speaking and the service providers who want to reach them. Okay, that all went away in March of 2020, 2 years ago.
Oh,
right, because of COVID. And so like that, my business stopped, and so I had to learn how to produce TV talk shows like I'm doing right now.
I see.
So this is brand new. 2 years. 2 years, yeah.
Only 2 years, then this is a famous talk show you have.
Well, it's because you want to do it. It's getting well known, so thank you.
We are pleased to welcome Adamo Education as a proud sponsor of Global TV Talk Show.
The concept of a micro school is the reimagining of the one-room schoolhouse. My name is Tamara Becker. I'm the president and CEO of Adamo Education. The micro school concept really does not just lend itself to the personalization and the customization of learning, but also the social development and fostering that sense of love for learning. Unlike what we see in traditional brick and mortar schools, we have multiple grade levels in the same learning space. Students can be enriched by the socialization that they get, as well as the academic support from peers. What differentiates Adamo is the fact that we are taking the best pieces of brick and mortar, of digital, and then at-home learning. Students here can come 5 days a week. They can come 4 hours a day. It will really just depend on what is best for the student and for the parent. To enroll, just reach out via phone, text, or email, and we'll have that personalized conversation, and we'll be able to get you all set. Check us out at adamoeducation.org.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
So the side of your business, let's go back to your diversification, including the service companies such as furniture, immigration, school search, settling in, registrations, all the technical aspects that, if they're not done right, causes so many problems, not just in Japan, but in the US and everywhere else. Okay, so do you have a specific manager in charge of each of those divisions?
Yes, actually the divisions and also the company, actually the real estate company is the first. They have the over 50 years experiences in working with expats. So they are very, they are the parent company for the everything. So at that time, so it's one of the very famous real estate company in Japan actually. Because they are working with expats for such a long history. So all the the foreign companies and HR, well-known company. So then since they have a strong connection and pipeline with local owners is also since they are, on the expats housing, so must be wealthy and coming from good family and good, big investor or the big company they are having. So the company, the real estate company has a good relationship with local owner, and therefore they have many exclusive expats housing. Then All Japan Relocation is one of the best things is they have a background for the real estate company, that's strong, real estate company. So that's why even the same as the relocation service company, we are very strong because of the backbone has a real estate company.
And what is the name of the real estate company?
Okay, in Kobe, it's a Maeda Real Estate. That's one famous the expats real estate agency in the west side of Japan. And also we have a Tokyo office, and that's called the Plaza. That's also one of the famous, well-known for the expat housing. I think most of the expats well-known about our Maeda Real Estates and Plaza Homes. Of course, any other company too. Yeah, but you won't forget it.
Well, Emiko, it's really been a pleasure speaking with you and getting to share some time with you here. And it's so easy, isn't it? Here we are, all these hours apart. I'm on the southwest side of the U.S. In San Diego on the Mexican border. Okay, that's where I am. Just like 10 miles down the street. Wow. So and you're all the way across the world in Kobe, Japan.
Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Do you like Kobe steak?
Yes, it's very delicious. I wish I can bring it to you.
I'd come to you. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is great.
It's very good taste. So I wish if you come to Japan, I really wanted to take it. It's Kobe steak is very good.
I'd love to go to Japan, and someday I will.
Okay.
I promise, and we'll come to visit. And so I thank you for being my special guest on Global TV Talk Show, and I welcome you to come back some other time.
Thank you very much, Ed. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, sayonara.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.